It's the week of Halloween, which was Halloween night on Dancing with the Stars, where we have the Halloween dances as well as the team dances. So let's get into it. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka Dancing with the Stars Superfan, back with another video. Like I said before, it was Halloween night, and it was a tight race, and the scores were really close, but except one dance, which I'll tell you guys all about a little bit later, so let's get started. First up is Kellen Whitney dancing to the jive to Time Rap from the cast of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Len said he was rocking and he was reeling. It was fast, fun. He was a little concerned about his feet, but they were sharp and clean. Bruno said he loved a cult classic. He took it and reimagined it. It was original and a surprising Halloween treat. Carrie-Anne said that was incredible. She was a little concerned in the beginning, but then it all came together. It was so tight and so clean. I was concerned myself in the beginning and I thought he messed up a bit, but he pulled it off and it was a great performance, especially being the first one out there. So the judges' scores are, they were all 9s, which gives them a score 27 out of 30. Next up is James and Emma dancing to the Viennese Waltz to I Put a Spell on You by Annie Lennox. Bruno said he was like the Prince of Darkness. It was such a powerful performance. It was perfect until he slipped. Apart from that, it was incredible. Carrie-Anne was crying for him. It was perfection. She was in the dance, dancing with him. Unfortunately, there was that one part, like the part where he slipped. Len said he put a spell on him. He thought the dance was terrific. Len was watching him and he thought it was going to be a 10. And then there were 2 incidents. It was still a lovely mix of tricks and treats. I thought his Viennese Waltz was great too. It was smooth and his steps were great. And to be honest, I didn't see any mistakes. But the judges do know everything about it. So the judges' scores are, they were all 9s as well, which gives them a score 27 out of 30. Next up is Ali and Sasha dancing to the tango to Sweet But Psycho by Ava Max. Carrie-Anne thought it was ridiculously good. What she loved most about that is that when she dances, she doesn't even know Ali is going to get it right because she pushed herself so far. That's what she loved about her. There was one tiny thing when she lost her focus. She made a tiny mistake. Len said last week she was early dead and buried, and he is so glad that she had came back to life with a terrific tango. Bruno mentioned that it was really a Premier League tango with an attitude. It was full of content, done correctly. She slightly lost her balance for a second, but well done. That was another good performance by Ali and Sasha, and I noticed that she lost her balance though, but I know she can build off of that. So the judges' scores are, they were all 9s as well, which gives them a score 27 out of 30. Next up is Hannah and Alan dancing to the jazz to Bad Girls by Donna Summer. Len thinks that the bad girl was a terrific dancer. She came out and she performed full on. Len thinks Hannah did a terrific job. Well done. Bruno mentioned nothing scary about that, my love. Bruno thinks she's the most beautiful and friendly zombie ever. It was lively. It was theatrical. Great performance. But she has to be sharper and more grounded though. Carrie-Anne agreed with Bruno. There is something lacking in her performance. She was disconnected from the movement. It is almost like she was shy, and Carrie-Anne wanted to see layers of her that they have never seen. I thought the dance was okay, but they didn't miss a single step, but she needs to be sharper in certain parts of the dance. So the judges' scores are, Carrie-Anne an 8, Len a 9, and Bruno an 8, which gives them a score 25 out of 30. Next up is Karamo and Jenna dancing to the Paso Doble to Survivor by Destiny's Child. Bruno said there was a lot of power and purpose with that one, but he went on the wrong foot once, but well done. Carrie-Anne said you were like a sonic boom. There is something about him when he released emotion in the dance. He opened up and he let it rip. Len mentioned there was plenty of attacks, plenty of intensity. It's the shaping that had to be a little more exaggerating, but he attacked the dance, which is good. It looks like Karamo is showing improvement, which is good, and his Paso Doble was okay. So the judges' scores are Carrie-Anne a 9, Len an 8, Bruno an 8, which gives them a score 25 out of 30. Next up is Lauren and Gleb dancing to the Argentine tango to Whatever Lola Wants by Sarah Vaughan. Carrie-Anne said she slipped, but what she did with that slip blew her away. She was so into character. She made it into a moment and her core is getting so strong. Len is not sure what Lola wants, but he saw plenty of what Lenny wants. She was full of Argentine characterization, and he thought the two of them sparkled off of each other. Well done. Bruno said it was exquisite. It was like watching Marilyn Monroe was a vampire. Let me just say that was another great performance from Lauren and Gleb, and I think she is coming out of her shell. And plus, she opened about her broken rib that she injured during week 1, so I give her credit for dancing through the injury, which is remarkable. So the judges' scores are, they were all 9s, which gives them a score 27 out of 30. Next up is Sean and Lindsay dancing to the jive to Monster Mash by Bobby Pickett. Len said it wasn't super and it wasn't natural, it lacked jive content, but what he liked is that he tried his hardest and give it his all. Bruno said the monster part was perfection, the jive was 6 feet behind, there was only one step on time, and the timing is not his strong suit. Karamo mentioned that was a dance only his mummies could love. He was backsliding this week, but she loved his spirit and he never gives up. I would have to say his jive was terrible. There were a lot of mistakes and he lost his timing during the jive routine. So the judge scores are, they were all 6s, which gives him a score 18 out of 30. Last up was Kate and Pasha dancing to the rumba to Wicked Game by Chris Isaac. Bruno said that was a beautiful and hunting rumba. He loved the way she was able to tell a story and she dragged us with her, but sometimes she lost a little fluidity. Karen stated there was a tiny mishap, but she loved seeing a woman so confident doing the rumba. She was oozing with confidence. What Kate did was beautiful. Len praised Pasha and said week after week he gives routines and he was just blown away with his choreography. Kate came out with less confidence and she could have stretched her legs out a little more, but a knockout performance by the two of them. I thought the performance was okay, but not bad. I would have liked it a little more in the rumba, but I have to admit Pasha is doing an astounding job at his first season as a pro. Aaron also praised him for his great choreography as well. So the judges' scores are, they were all 8s, giving them a score 24 out of 30. Next up are the team dances, which the teams are Team Trick and Team Treat. First up was Team Trick, and the couples on that team are Allie and Sasha, Hannah and Alan, James and Emma, and Lauren and Gleb. Wore the dance to Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell, which is my favorite Halloween song. And the judges' scores are, they were all 9s, giving them a score 27 out of 30. Last up was Team Treat. And the couples on that team were Karamo and Jenna, Kate and Pasha, Kel and Whitney, and Sean and Lindsay. Wore the dance to Sweet Dreams by Beyonce. And Karamo was screaming because he got to dance 2 songs from Beyonce, so wow, lucky him. Now, I like both teams a lot, but I like Team Trick just a little bit better. And the judges' scores are, from that team, they were all 8s, give them a score 24 out of 30. So the team dances were added up to their dances from that night. Now let's take a look at the leaderboard from that night, adding up to the Halloween dances as well as their team dances. Allie and Sasha with 54 points, James and Emma with 54 points, Lauren and Gleb with 54 points, which means we got a 3-way tie for the lead. Hannah and Alan with 52 points, Kayla and Whitney with 51 points, Kate and Pasha with 48 points, Karamo and Jenna with 46 points, and Sean and Lindsay at the bottom with 42 points. Now let's talk about who was in the bottom 2. Kate and Pasha and Karamo and Jenna. Karamo voted to save Karamo and Jenna. Bruno voted to save Kate and Pasha, so that left Len with a deciding vote to make the final decision, and he chooses to save Kate and Pasha. Just so you know, Karamo was eliminated, which was sad, but it wasn't worse than Sailor's elimination last week. I personally thought either Kate or Karamo was going to be announced saved, but shockingly, Sean Spicer was the last person to be called safe. And the judges were like, not again, and the crowd was booing as well. But Karamo left on a happy note, which is good. He was somewhere in between, but wasn't much as good as the other frontrunners this season. So next week will be Dance-Off Week, and the following week will be Boy Band versus Girl Group Night. So stay tuned for that, and we got 7 couples left, so the season is winding down. And that'll do it for this video, so hit that subscribe button, and leave a like on this video, and leave a comment down below, and also turn on the post notification bell for my next Dance with Stars content video. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with Stars Superfan. Catch you next time.